Howdy, howdy. This is Blue Otter, and today we're looking at Cave Oasis at Shylake. This currently is an early demo, and just as a disclaimer, there's so much that you can do that rather than doing my normal playthrough, I utilized clips from several playthroughs to showcase what this game is about, what you can expect, and to see if this is a game that is right for you. Character creation starts with basic physical body and body type and facial structures. There's a huge variety of various skin tones and customized colors. The skin tones affect the rainbow hues available for customized color. Hair offer the same with multiple selections, including a few with a scarf accessory and hair colors or custom color. Clothing includes shirts, pants, and shoes. Glasses offer standard and some futuristic styles, along with selecting your eye color. Then select your name and let's go. We start on Earth receiving a letter that our application to Shylake has been approved and we are set to be a new greenhouse farmer. Transportation has been arranged and we're off. Cue a short montage of interstellar travel to Copacabana Moon, where we pick up a train to Shylake town. After placing our spacesuit into the airlock, we are off to our first view of Shylake. The opening cinematic shows the size and scale of the town of Shylake, as well as showcasing the architecture that you will find throughout the map. The game first directs you to the community center where you meet Avalanche, who provides a brief tour, references the makerspace on the second floor with 3D printers, and marks on your map your new home and connected greenhouse. Once in your home, you have a small 3D printer, a note from the previous farmer, and your luggage which has been brought to the house. In the upper right shows to press I to open your inbox. You can press tab to open this menu. There are inventories, quests, map, contacts, skill trees, and the ability to send feedback to the dev. There's a small tutorial to show you how to use the 3D printer, and this is the general mechanic for the crafting system. In the next room, several boxes are labeled for different locations with 4 stacks of 4 items. This is for Shylake custom of gifting to others. And they of course will return the gesture with their own gifts. Once outside, take a left and head up the ramp. This is a large, spacious greenhouse. To the side, you'll notice a box with some caution tape. This is an elevator that will allow you to travel from your home to the greenhouse, but needs a few repairs first to be functional. Then out and back down the ramp. At this point, you're really free to explore the town, but there are a couple of story points that'll happen I'm going to cover, and then we'll cover some of the characters, shops, and quests you can access. When you go to sleep the first night, you're woken up by Dolomite, who explains the box in front of your house is a drop box where you can place items that at the end of the day are sold, thus earning an income. The next morning when you leave your home, Viculum greets you and offers you a tour of the greenhouse. He offers you 2 planters, additional seeds, and nutrient solution. More can be purchased at the crop shop. Once Vin leaves, you can place the planters down and plant your first seeds. They won't begin growing until you place a nutrient solution into the planter. Hovering the mouse over the items provides more information. They are a mix of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Vin will request you to check in later with an update on your planting progress. Probably the most frequent shop you'll visit is the crop shop. Fortunately, this is also one of the closer shops. Tesladation provides a general overview of the seeds, planters, and chemicals used to produce crops. Tess provides a blueprint for you to print your own planters and requests you print her 4 planters. In return, Tess gives you a couple of nutrient solutions. Now on to the other shops. These shops have varying schedules, though even if they are away, you can still access the store, with a few exceptions for stores actually closed at the moment. Times listed are in a 24-hour format. The Wonky Workshop, open Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 1800. Has a 3D printer but can purchase some crafting components. Gallery, open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 to 1800. has artwork to view as well as for sale owned by Avalanche, the volunteer you met at the community center on your first day. Furniture shop. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 10 to 1800. Here you can buy and sell furniture. I did meet the owner and me. Since he had just opened, I ran back to the house, grabbed the table I'd made with a 3D printer tutorial, and sold it. Made a little bit of money. Meditation Center offers rooms to sit and relax and an amazing view of the lake. The music store is currently closed in the demo. The salon and boutique, while closed, their presence implies the ability to change your character's appearance in a future update. Canny Cookware. In Canny Cookware, Flaplap greets you and explains the scarcity of metal at Shylake. Most metal is brought in by new residents, and Flaplap offers to exchange your metal crate for cookware. They also give you a non-metal crate, so it's back home, transfer items to the new crate, pick up the metal crate, and back to Canny Cookware. It'll take Flaplap a few days, so check back in, but you'll get the cookware and any leftover metal scrap. Gleeful Grocery offers the ability to purchase a variety of foods. The health clinic is run by patients who will give you an overview of your character stats. She'll give you a quest, which is to complete a few tasks and check back in. The dock is currently closed for repairs. However, Finley offers you a blueprint for a paddleboard. However, the blueprint is too large for our home 3D printer, so we'll need to use the makerspace at the community center. But first, we need components. At the Grassland Center, Moxie greets you and offers you a set of foraging tools. To maintain the biodiversity level, only certain plants are acceptable for foraging. Press V to emit a wave that highlights plants that can be foraged. Foraging is a fantastic way to increase your crafting ingredients, especially while waiting for plants to grow. After foraging for materials and crafting the paddleboard, we return to the dock. Finley tells you to go to the end of the dock and travel through the tunnel, and we're headed to the forest. With the forest, all I can say is, wow. The opening cinematic showcases the biodiversity of the alien flora. You paddle down the river and press E when you're ready to land. There is a forestry center open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 7 to 1500. It has computer terminals, but they have the same information as in town. However, you can wander around the forest where you can forage and explore. I really wanted to spend more time in the forest, but with only 8 days, I had more things I needed to do, so I hopped back on the paddleboard and returned to town. The library contains a few computers which allow you to access the game's lore. This is where the game really excels. Remember, this is still an early demo, perhaps more accurately labeled as a playtest, with new features being added and adjustments made to improve clarity and gameplay. The lore is extensive. There are several species, history of the worlds, the moon, and Shylake itself. This is amazing world building, and I could have spent real-world hours just reading the lore. And in the community center, you can access even more information about Shylake. Trapezoid will want to interview you as the newest member of the community. You'll head down to the newsroom where Trap will ask a series of questions so he can write an article so the community can get to know you. You'll need a return, and you can access the story Trap wrote to introduce you in the computer terminals outside the newsroom. If you speak with Trap, he'll give you cookies to share. Now, remember when I said earlier about the lore? Scroll through the archive. There are 80 years, yes, years of archives introducing the residents. It provides so much depth and showcases the passion the dev has for this game. Oh yeah, remember those crates when you first got to your house? When you fill one of them up, it's added to your inventory and then you deliver it to the location. This drives community relationships, and that's what this game is about. And there's more. There's a cafe, a club, even a school that follows a schedule where the parents walk their kids to class. BlueSpruce is a solo indie developer. Shylake is her debut game, crafting all of the game's art, code, and music with zero AI. In addition, BlueSpruce wrote all of the dialogue and the stories centering around topics of environmental sustainability, inclusive community, and set in a cozy sci-fi setting to explore what a better future might look like. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. First off, the things that this game does exceptionally well is the lore. With the lore, you can tell that the dev really built this game with the lore in mind and building a story and centering it around an idea and then coding around that, which is amazing because it really shows a lot of the depth for the story and the gameplay and what is at heart what the dev prioritized. Towards that end, the only thing that I found was that I was wanting more. I wanted to meet all of the NPCs, and there's around 30 to 40 NPCs currently in the game. In 8 days, because the demo limits you to 8 days, I was not able to interact with every single one of them, which is why I played it multiple times and I was able to access different areas. One time I was able to do the crates, another time I was able to go to the forest. So there's a lot of stuff that's being added to and further enhanced in the gameplay. One thing when you play is that sometimes the music will seem to cut out. And so you will have periods where you're not playing any music until you trigger another music event. I've talked to the dev and there is a plan to have that be more continuous. And also each area gets its own music. This game is still very early in development and has a lot of potential to be a game that you could sink hours and hours into. Check out the game for yourself. A link will be in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day and see you next time.